You're staring at a bottle of Brahmi, waiting for your brain to finally wake up, but 80% of people are actually doing it completely wrong. You want that limitless focus today, yet the real science says your neurons won't even start rewiring for another 84 days. Are you actually getting smarter, or just wasting money on a placebo? Today, I'll show you why your brain feels like wet cotton, and the one mistake that resets your 12-week progress to zero. Your brain feels heavy. So why does Brahmi take weeks, not days? You swallow a Brahmi capsule, expecting a 50% memory spike by lunch. Clinical data involving 300 milligrams daily doses shows exactly zero cognitive movement at the 72-hour mark. Medical researchers track these brain changes over a strict 84-day period to see actual verifiable results. Real memory gains require 12 full weeks of unbroken daily dosing. Most buyers quit by day 14 because they completely misunderstand the physical cell remodeling happening inside their heads. Over 80% of users expect a sudden caffeine-like rush that literally never comes. That 12-week brain remodeling process actually triggers a completely different physical reaction you are probably experiencing right now. We are going to expose what that weird sensation really means in just a second. You bought this pill because your head feels completely packed with wet sand every single morning. Your attention span drops to 8 seconds, and you want an instant permanent fix. Human trials prove that immediate cognitive upgrades are a complete biological myth. A massive review of 60 different memory studies shows results looking totally flat at the 30-day checkpoint. People abandoning the routine at week 4 miss the entire 90-day benefit window entirely. You are throwing $40 a month directly into the garbage bin. Your brain requires a massive 84 days to physically stack those tiny microscopic changes. Does that mean nothing happens in the first week of dosing? The bizarre truth is you will feel a massive physical shift in just 3 days. But that sudden physical shift has absolutely nothing to do with your memory improving. The real reason you feel different so fast is actually a massive warning sign from your nervous system. You feel something on day 3. So what is that feeling? Really, you wake up on Wednesday and your anxiety levels are suddenly down 40%. You assume that calm feeling means your IQ is actively jumping up 10 points. That sudden day 3 brain boost is a complete placebo hallucination happening in your mind. Bacopa extracts physically lower your cortisol spikes by up to 20% in the first week. That massive drop in stress hormones helps you sleep 45 minutes longer each night. Deep sleep physically washes the toxins out of your brain before you wake up. You mistake that basic 8-hour sleep recovery for a magical genius-level brain upgrade. The clinical science clearly proves your memory recall speed has not moved a single millimeter yet. You start taking a new expensive supplement, and you subconsciously change your daily habits. Screen time drops by 30% because you want the expensive pill to work. You give the plant extract full credit for your own behavioral screen time reduction. Let us look at the actual older adult trials tracking these exact early reactions. Researchers documented massive spikes in daily abdominal cramps and nausea in the first 72 hours. Your stomach handles the chemical breakdown of the plant long before your brain ever gets it. People ignore a 50% increase in stomach pain because they want to feel limitless. That strange buzzing feeling in your stomach might actually be your body rejecting the capsule completely. If your physical reaction is violently intense, you're likely swallowing the wrong plant entirely. This massive industry scam ruins millions of supplement routines every single year. One word, 2 plants. So did you buy Bacopa or the wrong herb? You hand over $30 for a memory herb and walk out with cheap lawnweed. The supplement industry legally uses one traditional nickname for 2 completely unrelated biological plants. Brands print the word Brahmi on the label to sell both Bacopa monnieri and Centella asiatica. Those 2 plants possess completely different chemical structures and trigger totally different physical outcomes. Centella asiatica is commonly called gotu kola and costs 60% less to mass produce. If you bought Go-To Cola, you are chasing a completely fake 12-week cognitive goal. Famous double-blind memory studies proving a 15% recall boost strictly use pure Bacopa monnieri. Brands legally swap these two plants constantly to increase their profit margins by massive amounts. An official industry-wide botanical bulletin currently warns millions of buyers about this exact ingredient fraud. Manufacturers hide the actual scientific Latin names in tiny 6-point blurry print on the back. If you fail to check those exact tiny words, you become a victim of legal marketing theft. You must find the specific bacoside percentage printed somewhere on that plastic bottle. A 50% bacoside extract guarantees you actually purchased the correct memory-boosting plant material. But finding the correct plant name does not protect you from the biggest dosage lie on the shelf. The giant numbers printed on the front label are actively destroying your stomach lining. Most people take 300 milligrams. So why do some pills say 1,000 milligrams? You see 1,000 milligrams printed in giant neon letters and assume you are buying premium rocket fuel. Gold standard cognitive research proving real memory acquisition strictly caps the daily dosage at 300 milligrams. Brands actively push 1,000 milligram capsules to trick your ego into spending $20 more. They fill those massive capsules with cheap, raw, crushed leaf powder instead of purified extract. Raw leaf powder contains almost zero active bacosides required to physically change your brain chemistry. You swallow a massive 1,000 milligram pill and absorb exactly nothing useful into your bloodstream. The only metric driving real neurological change is the standardized active bacoside percentage. A 300 milligrams dose of 50% standardized extract mathematically destroys 1,000 milligrams of raw, useless plant fiber. High, unstandardized doses immediately force your digestive system into a state of total panic. Pushing your daily intake past 450 milligrams increases your bathroom visits by a massive 70%. You want a 20% faster brain, but you get intense lethargy and constant stomach cramps. The clinical trials clearly document these exact gastrointestinal failures when dosages are not strictly controlled. A scientifically accurate 300 milligrams dose avoids the bathroom emergency and targets the brain directly. But exactly what cognitive changes happen when you finally hit the perfect 84-day dosage window? The real-life results look nothing like a crazy Hollywood movie. It helps memory under stress. So what changes first? In real life, you expect to memorize a 500-page medical textbook in a single 10-hour reading session. Bacopa extract completely fails to provide that aggressive, jittery 12-hour energy drink buzz. The actual scientific benefit completely revolves around improving your raw attention speed under heavy stress. Your brain stops randomly buffering when you face a 60-hour work week and massive deadlines. You walk into a crowded room and retain exactly why you walked in there. Clinical trials show a 25% reduction in daily information leaking under high pressure. You read a dense paragraph one time instead of rereading it 4 separate times. Older adults in a 12-week study improved their delayed recall scores by 15%. Their brains literally stopped dropping new information when the testing environment became highly stressful. You hold a random 10-digit phone number in your head just long enough to dial it. You stop losing your car keys 4 times a week because your working memory stabilizes. People expecting a massive stimulant rush assume the 300 milligrams extract is completely failing them. Successful users report a 40% drop in mental friction and a strange, calm clarity. But that exact calm feeling hides a dark physical side effect, ruining productivity for thousands. Some people get nausea or sleepy. So why does the bottle stay quiet? Supplement bottles completely hide the brutal reality of what this plant does to your gut. Clinical data proves Bacopa extract triggers serious digestive distress in 20% of daily users. We are talking about severe abdominal cramps and a 30% increase in stool frequency. Taking a 300 milligram dose on an entirely empty stomach invites a violent chemical riot inside you. Brands refuse to print warnings because threatening people with diarrhea destroys their monthly sales quotas. Placebo-controlled trials list these exact gastrointestinal side effects as statistically significant and unavoidable for some. The physical side effects go far beyond your stomach and actively attack your daily energy. Bacopa suppresses your cortisol spikes so effectively it acts like a heavy chemical sedative. You take a pill at 8 a.m. to study and feel uncontrollably exhausted by 2 p.m. Some users get so artificially calm they lose 50% of their daily work drive completely. The American Botanical Council warns that mislabeled fake blends make these side effects 10 times worse. Swallowing filler dust guarantees you suffer the nausea without ever getting the 12-week memory boost, but a stomachache means absolutely nothing compared to what this does to your hormones. This safe, natural plant holds the power to completely destabilize your entire physical body. Amazing, it can affect thyroid levels. So who should never try Brahmi? Millions of people blindly swallow natural herbs assuming they carry exactly zero physical risks. Bacopa is biologically aggressive enough to directly manipulate your delicate thyroid hormone production. Animal studies prove this exact plant extract can violently spike your natural T4 levels. Increasing T4 levels in a human with a sensitive thyroid creates total biological chaos. If you take thyroid medication, this herb will actively fight your $50 prescription pills. Pushing your thyroid into hypothyroidism increases your resting heart rate by 20 beats per minute. You start sweating constantly and your daily anxiety levels multiply by a factor of 3. You wanted a 15% memory boost, but you triggered a massive hormonal red flag. Supplement laws remain notoriously weak, so brands legally hide these severe medical warnings from you. You guess with your hormones and your brain supplement turns into a total medical disaster. If you feel shaky within 10 days, you must immediately dump the entire bottle out. Your endocrine system dictates your sleep, your metabolism, and your entire daily mood. Ruining your thyroid is just one massive danger lurking inside these cheap plastic bottles. Wait until you discover the actual microscopic garbage hiding inside the cheapest online options. Cheap Brahmi gets mixed with filler. So how do you spot real stuff? You spend $12 on Amazon and swallow industrial floor sweepings mixed with green food coloring. The global botanical supply chain is a completely broken mess of greedy, unregulated middlemen. Bacopa takes massive resources to grow, so farmers constantly cut the raw powder with cheap fillers. Quality control experts constantly report finding heavy metals like lead hiding in these $12 bottles. Manufacturers intentionally substitute go-to cola because it looks identical under a basic cheap microscope. A 2024 adulteration bulletin proved 40% of cheap market options contained 0 active bacicides. You protect your nervous system by being extremely ruthless about third-party laboratory testing stamps. Look directly for a USP or NSF certification printed clearly on the back label. A brand refusing to pay for outside lab testing is actively hiding dangerous heavy metals. You must demand the label clearly states Bacopa Monnieri, standardized to at least 45% bacosides. Betting your cognitive health on a $12 mystery powder will destroy your stomach lining. Securing the purest 50% extract on Earth still guarantees a 100% failure rate if you ignore the clock. You will waste 84 days of your life if you screw up this one boring rule. The best time to take it. So you do not waste 2 months. Swallowing your 300 milligram capsule at totally random daily times will completely destroy your 12-week progress. The 84-day biological rule remains completely non-negotiable if you want a 15% memory boost. Missing 3 days in a row drops your brain chemical saturation levels back to 0. You force the 90-day clock to completely restart because you forgot your weekend doses. Consistent daily saturation is the only metric that forces the brain cells to physically adapt. Finding the perfect time depends 100% on how violently your stomach reacts to the extract. If the pill drops your cortisol and makes you lethargic, you take it right before bed. If you suffer from afternoon stomach cramps, you must take it with a massive, fat-heavy meal. Dietary fat physically helps the active bacosides cross directly into your bloodstream 30% faster. Taking this powerful extract on an empty stomach guarantees a 2 p.m. bathroom emergency. You tie the dosage to a bulletproof daily habit like drinking your 8 a.m. coffee. Do not treat this $30 bottle like a magical one-time energy drink fix. how do you actually measure if this 84-day protocol is actively working or failing? You execute a ruthless 14-day tracking audit to expose the hidden truth instantly. A 14-day check, so you know if it works for you or not. You do not need 90 days of waiting to see if this plant is destroying your body. You need exactly 14 days and a brutal tracking system to find the deal breakers. Pick one specific annoying task like losing your car keys 4 times a week. Rate your daily frustration on a strict scale of 1 to 10 before swallowing the first pill. Keep your daily 200 milligrams caffeine intake and your 8-hour sleep schedule exactly the same. You monitor your body for 14 straight days looking exclusively for negative physical red flags. If you feel like a sedated zombie by 3 p.m., the supplement is a total biological failure. If you experience severe daily nausea, you dump the $30 bottle in the trash instantly. Your body screaming at you on day 12 means the side effects outweigh the cognitive gains completely. Feeling completely normal with 0 stomach pain gives you the green light for the 84-day marathon. Most buyers never track their progress and drift through 3 months of totally wasted money. Do not spend 90 days wondering if the 300 milligrams dose is actually doing anything useful. Lock in the 14-day test and demand real physical proof before committing your time. If the truth about your supplement bottle surprised you, let us know your story in the comments. To see the next hidden truth about your health, just tap the screen now.